WCBE.
I'm John DeSando.
And I'm Mary Yerina.
And this is It's Movie Time. And Mary, I know that film stars don't die in Liverpool, but do they die in Columbus, Ohio?
That's merely a rumor, I think.
This is a new movie about the life of Gloria Graham, a bit of a vamp in movie history.
Yeah, I think you used the reference "bad girl" just a few minutes ago.
Right.
She's a bad girl.
And she did win the Oscar for Bad and the Beautiful.
She did, and I was really surprised because as a huge fan of Singing in the Rain, and I just thought Jean Hagen, who was a very serious actress with a very beautiful singing voice, she beat her out from Jean Hagen and Singing in the Rain, and I was shocked because I was like, she must have been really good in that movie because Jean Hagen stole the show for Singing in the Rain.
Oh, right. Well, Graham, of course, is a hoot. They have a clip of her accepting her Oscar.
They do.
And that's, who was it was Bob Hope, wasn't it? No?
It was Bob Hope, and it was probably the shortest acceptance speech.
She took it and ran.
Yeah, she pretty much ran by the microphone and said thank you, and kept walking with her statuette in hand.
And then I loved his comeback. She barely made it, he said.
She barely made it. Actually, she would be appreciated today by the TV producers who are constantly trying to play people off stage.
I mean, isn't that so? And I had that very thought. I said, wow, isn't that refreshing? But actually, I did want to hear something from her because she was such an interesting actress. Now, in Film Stars Don't Die in Liverpool, which is currently out, has been out for a week here, I think maybe more than Gloria Graham is Annette Bening.
Very true. I think it's for those of you who aren't familiar with Gloria Graham's story, she reached the height of fame and the height of accolades, and like unfortunately most actresses even today, when she's aged and her looks started to fade, she wanted to continue acting and did on the smaller screen various character roles, and did a lot actually back in her roots, which was stage theater, stage performance.
Yeah.
And this film catches up with her during the last 2 years of her life. And Annette Bening, I understand, actually became fascinated with her story when she studied her and the way she played the vamp in her film noir days for some of her characters, including the one for the Grifters.
Yes, right there. Oh, wonderful. Because I love the Grifters, and I think that's a great role. There is a moment for Gloria Graham in It's a Wonderful Life. Mm-hmm. And she sashays down the street, and I think George Bailey comments on her, but and I barely remember, but I do remember well enough to know a nod in that very, somewhat conservative movie for her this doll baby to be coming down the street, and she did it better probably than almost anyone.
And that's what she became known for, and that was back in the studio days, the studio system. She definitely was typecast, but she went on to, etch out a career for herself.
Well, my gosh, yeah, and we're talking early 50s for the peak of her career.
Yes.
And we're talking about 79 to 81 or so here on this film.
On this film. And I think Annette Bening probably had a lot to do with, that she found her so fascinating and was willing to do what's relatively a small film. And it's based on the book by Peter Turner, who became Gloria's lover.
Yeah. 28 years difference.
28 years difference. And I thought it was Annette's film to carry in a really positive way in this day and age of the hashtag Me Too and the whole issue of equality in film. The fact that this was produced and it's a star vehicle for her, and she's such a fascinating actress, always has been to me to watch. She's very choosy in her roles. She chose this one and really played it no holds bar. I mean, this is a flawed woman, but had a lot of, when I was watching it, I was thinking she's an actress and she wants to keep acting. and that was very much portrayed strongly by Annette Bening, who is 59
right
in real life and wants to keep acting.
Yes.
Is picky about her roles.
Keeps getting nominated.
Keeps getting nominated,
Oh.
and deservedly so.
Oh, yeah.
She's just amazing to watch.
I think she was in
film.
a stellar performance last year, 20th Century Women.
Yes.
And probably lamentably passed by on that. And this one certainly wouldn't have gotten her, as far as I'm concerned. It is not as spectacular.
No, I would agree, but I liked that she and the director chose to show it no holds barred. I mean, and that is shown, wrinkles and all, as
Yeah.
a 59-year-old
Lots
woman.
of close-ups. Yeah.
And when you're dying, you don't look great.
Yes.
And
Notwithstanding her frequent protestation, how do I look?
how do I look? Well, and that was something that apparently Gloria Graham was very concerned with. In fact, I read up on the subject matter as we were discussing, and Gloria tried, like most actresses, made decisions that impacted her health. Early on in her career, she actually ended up having a paralyzed upper lip because of botched cosmetic surgery.
Oh, yeah, she was big into that, yes.
But now we catch up with her, and is portrayed by Annette Bening, where she made health decisions regarding her cancer that may have actually led to her early death.
Yeah.
Which is sad and unfortunate, and it's, again, Annette portrays that in both a way that shows the vanity and tough choices that actors have to make, especially women. But I also thought the other side of the coin was, and there's a beautiful part in the film where they show a critical scene where the lovers part company.
Okay.
One is shown through Peter's viewpoint, and one is shown through Gloria's viewpoint. And in fact, Gloria's viewpoint is one that's very much from a place of love.
Yes.
Of not wanting Peter to stay with her because she's sick.
Sure. I mean, that's played by Jamie Bell. Peter, played by Jamie Bell. I think he does a really fine job, and is another reason to see this film, to see these two performances, and how difficult it is. She's 59, he's 28, but they do have moments that seem to be authentic love.
Very authentic and caring and emotional.
Yes.
And I thought that worked really well.
Yeah.
These two actors, fine actors with these flawed characters, finding that place of true passion that then evolves to true love and caring.
I don't know if you liked it as much as I, but the scenes with his parents are wonderful.
They are wonderful. They're still trying to be the good parents in this situation, but accepting of their sons'
and Dad
choices.
has been something of a fan of Gloria Graham. Anyway, it's really cute, and I think they could have expanded that part of the film, but nonetheless, Jamie Bell, far from Billy Elliot, and now doing something very serious, has, I thought, done a really great job.
I think he did as well.
And
absolutely.
and dealing with an actress of Annette Bening's stature, you do know she was the model for the Columbia.
I believe that because I think that every single time.
When you see it, she was.
I do.
the Columbia, what would you call, logo?
Yeah.
With
the opening credits
right,
logo with the torch.
With the torch. Anyway, I mean, a woman who marries. Who?
Oh, Annette? Or the Columbia one?
No, right?
Oh, Warren Beatty.
Who marries Warren Beatty
and
is a woman of strength.
A woman of strength. And a May-December romance. She's 21 years younger than Warren.
Well, now, thank you for that.
Well, Warren is 80 years old.
Yeah,
and she's 59.
Oh, my gosh.
And I think they've had 4 or 5 kids together.
Yes, they have.
So that May-December dynamic.
Boy, wonderful point, because she's prepared in a sense for that. Just a turnaround, but still. Oh, marry Yerina. I'm
John
already
DeSando.
exhausted. I'm
I'm
already
exhausted.
emotionally exhausted here.
And it was an emotionally exhausting
No, it
film.
wasn't.
I don't know when
Go
you
ahead.
screened it, but when I screened it, like literally you started hearing the sniffles
I
and
know.
the tears. And I have a cold, so I was expecting to sniffle. But I did there's some beautiful scenes here that did really touch the audience. And it's a movie that just by its plot, it's going to have pathos to it.
Yes,
but
and
it genuinely was moving because of the fine performances.
Oh, and I agree. And I think it tended to edge a little bit toward the maudlin for me, only because of the topic. She's dying.
She's dying.
Yeah.
And this is a film that basically covers the last 2 years of her life
Yeah,
when
right,
she is
exactly.
dying.
All right, Mary Yerina, the film is Film Stars Don't Die in Liverpool. Tell me what grade you would award it.
I'm going to award it a B because the acting performances are fine, but I thought the material, they elevated the material. Otherwise, it's an average story.
And Mary Yerina, that's why I have you as a guest, because I agree with you completely.
Oh, yay!